Are you thinking of building a brand new home and you're curious who the worst builders are? Yes, I'm talking about the worst. And the reason I say that is because so often I am asked about why is it hard to find a great builder? Why are people telling me not to use this person or that person? There is so much that goes into new construction. And today we're going to be ranking the builders worst to best. A few things that you need to keep in mind when you're building new construction. There will always be tiers of builders. We're going to have our entry-level builders. We are going to have the next tier, the little bit more high-end luxury, and then of course, luxury builders. So there's 4 tiers in Florida that we talk about quite often, and there's a lot to know. Number 1, all of our builders, until you get to the luxury, are production builders. And what production builders means, well, think a little bit like an assembly line. And so they're building hundreds and hundreds of homes every year. To start with, we have D.R. Horton, which is the nation's largest home builder, and Lennar Homes. And Lennar Homes is the largest home builder here in the Sarasota, Manatee counties. So we just naturally have a lot of homes with these 2 builders. And people complain a lot about entry-level builders, but keep in mind, they fill a purpose. There's a lot of people that need the first home, or they're looking for an investment home, or here in our area, it's a second home or seasonal home. And so these production builders build with a little bit less bells and whistles. You know, the quality will not be quite as high as the next few tiers that we will be discussing. When I started researching this video, I decided not only to use my own experience, but I decided to go online, consumer affairs, consumer reviews, to see who the public thought were the best builders. And this is what I found. As you can see from the screen, builders don't have a great reputation. Most builders aren't getting 5-star reviews. It is surprising to me how often I saw 1- and 2-star reviews for all of our builders in all price points. So as I said, these are production builders. So you have to keep in mind that the tradespeople that are working on these homes, they're kind of at the beginning of their careers as well. They're doing production line. They're building a home exactly the way they're supposed to and moving on to the next home. The level of detail, the level of precision is going to be very different in this starter market. But if I were to choose a builder for the first-time buyer or this entry-level tier of builders, I'd choose D.R. Horton, and here's why. First of all, I think their communication is much better, not only with us as agents, but also with the consumer. They are a very well-oiled machine, and I see sales reps and tradespeople and project managers working for them for years, which tells me a lot about the company. Now, Lennar is the largest home builder here in the area. However, I have to tell you, I see a lot more turnover. I hear a lot more complaints. I feel that their quality gets a little boring after a while. Everything kind of looks the same. And yes, they have beautiful big neighborhoods. And yes, they have great floor plans for all ages and styles. However, I feel that as the home age a little bit, that they just feel like just one more home because there's so many that look exactly alike. And unless you put your own personal touches on it, because remember, with our entry-level builders, you're not getting choices of your countertop. You're not able to pick your cabinets. You're getting, basically, you can choose from A, B, C, or D, and this is your package that you're getting. So your home is going to be this tile with this countertop and this color carpeting, and that's what you're getting. But what are some tips and tricks that'll help you make the process go a little bit smoother? We're talking about that next. Let's talk a little bit about tier 2 builders. This is probably the largest tier of builders we have. These builders are going to build in the price range between probably $600,000 and $900,000, which is right in our average and median price point. Naturally, we're going to have a number of builders in this tier. For instance, we have Taylor Morrison, we have Pulte, Devasta, Mattamy, MI Homes, David Weekley, all are in this tier too. Now, who's the best? Well, sometimes it really comes down to which communities are they building and who are their project managers and who's their sales reps and who's overseeing the project. Because I can tell you, for instance, Taylor Morrison, I love Taylor Morrison. I do recommend them. However, not all developments have been created equally. There's been a few more problems in one of their neighborhoods in Sarasota as opposed to the neighborhood in Lakewood Ranch. So you can see that it's not always just about the builder. Sometimes it's who's overseeing this. Now keep in mind here that with all of our builders, you are allowed to have a home inspection. And I highly recommend having 2 inspections if the builder will allow it. First of all, they're always going to allow it prior to closing, but sometimes they'll also allow you to have it prior to drywall. And why this is so important? You get to see inside the walls. You get to make sure the electrical outlets where you wanted them to be. You get to make sure that the ductwork is in place. You get to make sure that there's trusses are not cracked. So you get to see the things that you wouldn't normally see at the home inspection prior to closing. So who do I recommend? Well, as I said, I would live in any of the homes built by this mid-tier level, but I do think regional builders such as Neil Homes, David Weekley Homes, they take a little bit more personal approach when building homes. They get to know the client a little bit. And also, as I mentioned in the earlier video, they have great longevity with their employees and sales staff. And there's a few little features that they include that you won't see in all homes. So there's a number of great builders in tier 2. Before we go on to the next tier of builder, if we have not met yet, I'm Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts, and my team and I love helping so many people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. So if we can be of any help, please call me. There's a lot to know when it comes to building a home, and we do a lot of new construction, so let me know how I can help. All right, let's talk about tier 3 home builders. These builders are definitely going to be a little higher price. You're looking in the $1 million range, and we have some great builders in this tier. This is going to be Toll Brothers, Homes by Town, to name just a few. These homes, you're going to be able to have a lot more choices in your quality materials. There's going to be a little bit more attention to detail. There's going to be a little bit more communication. Now, anytime you're building new construction, whether it's tier 1 or tier 4, you will be assigned a project manager. Project manager is going to keep you abreast of what's going on while you're building the home. You should have regular communications with them. Now, after the home is closed, this is where it gets tricky because everyone says, why do I have to close when I still have a punch list? And this is typical. There will always be things that have to be done after the fact. So this will normally go to the warranty companies, and warranty companies, well, they're not all created equally. But in tier 3, luckily, normally you're not going to have too many problems and their attention to detail is greater. But with builders and warranties, keep in mind that 1-year warranty is typically everything you see in the house. It's kind of the bumper to bumper warranty. And then you will have 2-year warranty, and this is usually on mechanicals. Now keep in mind that appliances are going to be under warranty with their manufacturer. So your dishwasher, washer and dryer, refrigerator, those warranties are going to run with the appliance, and that's not on the builder. And then there's a 10-year warranty typically, which is structural aspects of the home. So as you can see, warranties come with all new construction. However, they do not transfer when you sell the home. With warranty companies, they'd prefer to come out when there's a number of things that are needed to be done and not just one small thing. So my favorite builders in level 3, well, I think they're all great. I would live in any of their homes similar to level 2. However, I think if I had my choice, I would go with Homes by Town, which are building in the Waterside district. But if you'd like more information on any of the builders in this tier, let me know. Southwest Florida has a number of Tier 4 builders, and this is going to be our luxury builders. John Cannon, AR Homes, Lee Weatherington, Stock, Heritage, all phenomenal luxury builders. When you get into the luxury tier, you're definitely going to be able to customize. Earlier, we were talking about tradesmen working on the home. In a luxury home, there's definitely craftsmen that worry about every little detail. The finishes are going to be top level. You're able to move walls, change the way the floor plan looks, add features, take away features. And so in our luxury builders, you're gonna have many, many options. There's not one luxury builder that I would choose over the other. It's really personal taste. So check them all out, take a look around to decide which builder is best for you. One last thing I want to make sure that everyone is aware of is all builder contracts are going to be written that favors the builder a little bit. So there's a few things that are standard in all builder contracts from D.R. Horton to John Cannon that you need to know about. First has to do with closing date. Now, unfortunately, you do not set the closing date. The builder dictates the closing date based on the timeline of their completion. In the state of Florida, it does say that home builders have 24 months to complete your home after signing the contract. Another key aspect in all builder contracts to keep in mind is you're going to see a lot of model homes, but keep in mind, construction of the improvements may be subject to change in plans, specifications, materials, fixtures, and methods. The exact conformity as you see in the model home is not going to be guaranteed. As materials are discontinued or hard to find, naturally, the builders have to make the decision to make some changes. It specifies it directly in all contracts. Also, don't think about suing your builder if you're unhappy with them, because there is arbitration clauses in all of our contracts as well. Before any lawsuits can be filed, arbitration is first. So as you can see, building a brand new home doesn't come easily. And remember, these are primarily production builders, so you're not going to get 100% customization. However, there's always going to be things that go wrong. And as we found at the beginning, builders are not highly reviewed, and so you need to be prepared prior to going in. If you'd like more information on any builder that we talked about, the process of building, warranties, and if you want to be represented in the building process, remember, that's your right. So give me a call today, let me know how I can help, and until next time, take care.